Hey, y'all, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Two Young Pastors podcast. If you are watching the episode, you'll notice that we're in our Ravens gear. If you are listening to the episode, now you know that we're in our Ravens gear. Today, we are not only anticipating the Ravens beating the Lions, which will happen tonight, and then we'll be able to praise God on Thursday, but today on our episode we're talking about 5 reasons why you're still in debt, and this is our our fast episode where we give you just 5 reasons. We speed run through them to make sure that we are keeping us accountable and you accountable as well in your entire spiritual life. And one of those things is your finances, that God has a vested interest in it, because whether we like it or not, everything in our lives, we want it to revolve around God, and at the same time, in a material world, our lives do revolve around what we can afford and what we can't
Yeah,
afford to
yeah.
do. So we want to just give you 5 reasons of why you're still in debt, and this is coming from us. So Jawan, go ahead and kick us off, man. What is the first reason that some of us might still be in debt?
Man, did you know that we don't have an emergency fund?
Hmm.
Dude, what's actually interesting is that there are times in life where we will have to make larger purchases.
Yeah.
Certain things, it could be financial reasons, especially since there are several individuals losing jobs in our world today. Some individuals can come up upon unexpected circumstances, and a lot of individuals may not have an emergency fund.
Hmm.
Right? They don't have any money in a savings account. Did you know that there are individuals who don't even have savings accounts, Elijah? There are
Wow.
some individuals who just have checking accounts, right, bro?
Wow.
And
Yeah.
and so the truth is that some individuals are not doing the work to make sure that if a hard time comes up, if you are in a season where oil change, and then you go to the car dealership and then
Hmm.
they say, hey, not only do you need to do an oil change, but you've driven 50,000 miles, 60,000 miles. You also need to change your brake pads on your front
Hmm.
and in the back. Up 70,000 miles. Hey,
Hmm.
you also need to 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 change your tires.
Yep.
Like your tires are on the lowest tread, and
Yeah.
you probably felt it because when you were driving in the rain,
Little
you're used to your car being able to hit that turn a certain way, but because your tread is a little low, you slid, and by the grace
Mhm,
of God, you didn't slide too far, but you indeed you slid, and so you probably know, yeah, I do have to do this. Well, listen, like the having that emergency fund, having that savings, right? That savings, where if it is it's an unexpected time where you have to purchase something, like we said, could be related to your automobile. It could be
mhm,
related to your health. It
mhm,
could be because of the fact that, hey, you got laid off unexpectedly, right? And you need the finances, you need the extra money. Listen, having that emergency fund is beneficial. And so, because there are some individuals who don't have that, they may have fallen into a circumstance where they need it. And so
mhm.
I think that that's one reason why some individuals may still find themselves in the financial hole. It's because they came up on hard times and they
Yeah.
did not plan well. And so because of that, they don't have an emergency fund, bro.
Mhm.
But what's number two for you? What's number two?
Man, this one goes right in lockstep with the first one. You're
Yep.
spending with your heart. You're spending with your heart. This man, we were trying the best phrase word to kinda capture all of this, and we landed
Yeah.
with spending with your heart. So here is what spending with your heart means, in case you're
Yeah.
wondering, right? All of us are guilty of it, right? It's choices that you have made with your heart and not your mind. It's emotional, impulsive, in the moment financial choices to buy something that you have made that is purely based on emotion, and maybe just a little bit or zero bit of your mind involved of whether you can afford it or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Emotional spending with your heart also means that you're living beyond your means. So you know that you make $40,000 a year, but you're spending $70,000 a year. That is living beyond your means. That's the exaggerated number, yo. But most of us
That's
are
crazy.
in debt because we want to keep up with the Joneses, right? We want to have the newest car. We want to have the newest iPhone. Bro, the new one just launched. Very, very nice. Uh, we want to just make sure that we have all of the subscription services on our phones.
Yeah.
And at the end of the month, we are spending more than we are bringing in. That is
Yeah.
spending with your heart. We lack financial discipline, unchecked spending, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We're not holding ourselves accountable.
That's good.
Listen, most of us, man, you and me, right? Most of us, the majority of Americans are not making excess of $100,000. I think
Oof.
the median salary right now is around that $50,000 range, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And you and I, you and I, and there are people that are doing it right now that are living full, happy, content lives in that salary range,
It's
right?
true.
So we just have to be more mindful, and we're checking it that we're
That's
not
it.
only allowing our heart to make the decisions of finances, but our mind is the one leading it out as well. Juwan, what's number 3?
Number three is that new iPhone looked ugly. But no, okay. But number three, third reason, bro, why a lot of people struggle to get out of debt, dude. I think this is an easy one. Many of us are actually financially illiterate. Okay.
Mhm,
Many of us, and yet they used to always talk about this online about how like why we got a calculus class, why we got a trigonometry class, why don't we have like a home economics class so that we can
mm,
actually learn about like finances. Man, there are so many individuals who don't know the various different ways that they can, one, get out of debt, and then two, build wealth.
yep.
The truth is that there are so many individuals who come from households that are struggling, and they've been struggling for generation after generation after generation after generation, and they don't know that the reason why they're struggling is because they've never been taught how to maximize their wealth, how to put together an actual budget, how to make their money work for them so that hey, you're saving more than you're spending, and that the money that you are saving, you're
Mhm,
portioning out a considerable amount of that to be put in possible investments, so that you know you can not just save money, but that you can make money with the savings that you're doing. People don't know about Roth IRAs. They don't know
mhm,
about like either long-term investments. They don't know about those short-term day
mhm,
trading opportunities. They just don't know. They don't
mhm,
know. They don't know about credit building platforms to help you build your credit and things like that. And so, because individuals are truly financially illiterate,
mhm,
there are so many individuals who will be tempted to spend more. Like, and see, like these things all relate because the
mhm.
more you don't know about, the more financially illiterate you are, the more you're going to be tempted to keep up with the Joneses.
Yep.
Because hey, if I don't actually have it, I want to look like I got it. And
Mhm.
so, bro, I think that there are several individuals who are truly struggling because they are indeed financially illiterate. And so, how would you like to add on to that, bro? How would you add on to that?
Man, I think this would probably be the core of why many of us are still in debt, man.
Yeah.
Because we have an idea of where we want our financial life to go like, but we don't know what interest rates are, right? We don't know
Ooh,
how how our
yeah.
how long loan terms, right, might
Yeah.
mean of adding on the interest. So like a lot of us, man. So there's an Instagram account. This
Yeah.
guy approves car loans, right? For people with horrible credit scores. And the wildest thing he does is that he plasters, bro, the credit score on the page. So he'll have their face, right, in a video, and it's like a 422 credit score, right? And it's like big and it's bright. And then he'll give the loan how long
Wow.
they have the loan for. It's like 36 months. I saw one for like 286. It was like a crazy, insane. Like at one point, I think it's like a meme page, but it's not. He's like 36 months, 86 months, 74 months, and they're paying like $344 a month. And someone
For a car
did
or
the math
for a
for
car?
a car, for a
Yeah.
car, and someone did the math on one of these loans, right? And then it's like, at the end of it, for like 5 years, they were paying upwards of like $100,000 in 5 years for a car that only costed $34,000. And the reason
What
is
was the interest rate?
it's because the credit score was so low and the down payment was so low. And they were able to stretch out so that they could meet the payments every single month. And when you stretch out your car payments, you increase the amount of interest per year that you pay, right? So if you are financially illiterate and you go into one of these car dealerships that don't have your best interest at heart, they're gonna lock you into some crazy numbers, and you think that you can afford it just because of the monthly payments is something that you're able to afford and you can meet.
Yes, that's
But if you're financially literate,
crazy.
you look at the month. So like we want to make sure that you have all the resources. The last thing I'd say about this one, man,
That's
is
crazy.
not every stock pick you see on TikTok and Instagram is worth investing in.
Please don't listen to these influencers. Please don't listen to all these, because these influencers, a number of them, not many, a number of them are expecting you as a viewer to just unknowingly like take their word for it and help, and I mean and bid on what they're bidding for. They know you're going to do it, and so they'll cash out, like, because they know that it's going to go up at a certain point and they're going to meet their mark and then sell it, and then you are holding on to it because you don't know, oh, it's time for me to sell too, and then it's going and
Yep,
so yes,
yep,
yes, yes,
yep,
yes.
yep.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying all of this goes into financial literacy. All of this goes into it. And so that's number three. And you saw
Number three.
something you just saw a very tangible way that if you are an individual, especially who has a crazy high interest rate, all right, if you have a crazy high interest rate and you're probably tied to a six year loan,
Hmm.
right? You probably should go back and see, right? Even if you have bad credit, you probably shouldn't have a card that you have to pay off in 6 or 7 years. You should never have a loan for a
Never.
car. I would say even over 6 years. Like you shouldn't. It shouldn't be 6 years.
Over three
Like
years, man.
fi-
Like,
five. Like, because I know we're gonna have some individuals who are gonna do it. I would say 60 months tops. 60 months tops. And if
mhm,
you have like maybe a $300 payment, especially if you're making around $50,000, right? If you got like $300 a month, it's just like, all right. But it's tied to your interest rate. Like
mhm,
you shouldn't have an interest rate one that's variable. It should
mhm.
be stuck at one thing. And
Yep.
then two, you probably shouldn't have one if you need to have a goal that, hey, my interest rate is not above maybe 3%. I know
Mhm.
that's hard, but that just lets you know whether you should have a loan, an auto loan like that, if you can't get a 3%. Because if you
Yep.
can't get a 3%, that lets me know that your credit score is not even at 750.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that lets me know. And what
Mhm.
the goal is to at least have around an 850 credit score. But that's financial literacy. So, bro, what's number
You
four? What's
you
number
wanna
four?
look, man. This one is gonna come out of left field, right?
Oh,
But it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make
yeah,
sense. Number four of why you are still in debt is because you have bad eating habits. You
oof,
have bad eating habits. Not you, me, and you. Us, we, America has bad eating habits. We are choosing. We're choosing to eat out more and more and more. This is me included, man.
yeah,
And what that's doing is that it's making us unhealthy. And one of the leading causes of getting people into debt and staying in debt is unexpected healthcare costs.
oof,
So like if you go into the ER,
yeah,
right? Like I went into the ER one day, right? I thought it would be like $500, man, maybe $600,
yeah,
right? I was like, all right, I could do it. I think I should be fine, right? And
yeah.
I go in, I stay, I go through the waiting period, bro. It's like 8 hours, right? Of like waiting in there. And then I get put into a room. They just put like a little IV in me. They say, hey,
Yeah.
you have COVID, man. Just go home and rest, whatever. I'm like, oh, this isn't that bad. I paid my co-payment of $100. So I'm like, all right, I'm guessing this bill somewhere around $300, $400, right?
Copay of $100. Mercy.
Right, right. Well, you and me, right? Because we're the same.
Yeah, I've never been in the ER. So
Listen, you don't want to. Listen, you don't want to. The moral of
said,
the
"Don't
story
pay up
is
$100."
you don't want to, because here's what ended up happening, man.
Yeah.
I got an X-ray, I got my blood tested, I got all these things, right? And I come back home and I get a bill in the mail the next week, and
Mm.
it's $1,700.
You send
1,700.
it to our conference, right? You send it to the conference, right?
No, wait, we could do that?
I I don't know. I just I don't know.
The time has passed. It was
$1,700.
$1,700 for
Yeah,
a
you can put
few
down
hours.
your taxes, bro. You can put down your taxes.
For a few hours in the hospital, man. And that just because I had COVID. So imagine, right? If you have all these other things, right, that you have to deal with. If you're healthy right now, the best thing that you can do for your financial health and staying out of debt is to stay healthy, eat
Yeah.
better, and go out to eat, but watch what you eat. Maybe get lower sugary drinks, right? Maybe don't get any drinks out, right? Just get
And
water.
don't get COVID while you're out, because you'll end up
And
in emergency rooms.
i- in the ER fighting for your life. You want to have better eating habits, okay? Healthier choices will keep you out of the hospital, those medical bills. Bro, medication is crazy expensive too, man.
It really is. The health insurance industry is such a scam, bro. It does not make sense. It is such a scam. And so, can we talk about the fact that all these things really do compound on top of each other,
Yeah,
because you have the health insurance industry, which is a scam, because we are working pastors who have health insurance benefits, and it is a scam. It's a
mhm,
scam. Like they are literally profiting off of our health, or the lack thereof. And
yep,
so, bro, think about the fact that there are individuals who don't have health insurance.
yeah,
Like, there are individuals who unfortunately don't have the benefits from their jobs to get health insurance. And so it really is difficult for a number of individuals out there, bro. It really is. It really is. I know I
it
cut
is.
you off. What were you gonna say,
It
bro?
is. No, man, that's it. Stay healthy. So like here's like the cascading thing, right?
Yeah.
Which leads us perfectly into five, right? Is if you don't have a emergency fund, if you are unhealthy, right, and you go in the hospital, that one bill can lead you into debt
Yeah.
because you've been spending with your heart, you've made bad choices, right? You don't have financial literacy, right?
Yeah.
So you are unable to know, right, what is a good investment and what's a bad one. So you have no emergency fund, right? And because of your bad eating, you find yourself in that predicament, right? So now you're in debt and you're
Yeah.
caught and you are behind on payments and everything else is happening, right? You're caught in that cycle of debt, which would most of us would then go into what number five is, bro.
Yeah, and listen, just to close this out, number five is this. Last reason why you're struggling to get out of debt is because you're overusing your credit cards.
Hmm.
Okay. You are overspending on your credit cards. And here's the problem. Like, credit cards, truly, in the best world, they're meant to be cards that can possibly get you better perks when you spend certain things. But the best world, talking about the ideal world, is that at the end of the month, you're able to pay off your credit card. But the problem is that for many of us, we overspend, and because we're living beyond our means. We're living beyond the average of $50,000 that we make in America, if it's that high. We end up spending so much money that it gets carried over on our credit cards into the next month. And because of that, listen, the truth is that there's interest tacked on. There's interest tacked on. And
Hmm.
so, for the many individuals who not only have one credit card, but two, three, four, sometimes five credit cards, right? They end up saying, well, I can't pay with this one, so I'll pay with that one.
Mhm.
Well, I want to go on this trip with my friends here, so I'll just put it on this third credit card. And well, my friend is
Mm.
getting married, so I should be a good friend and buy them a good gift. And so we get that. Oh, but then we like these new shoes, and we got to make sure that we dress to the nine because we got to impress our new church members. And so we pay on that fourth credit card, and so we have rationalized so many purchases, spending money on so many purchases that we have put ourselves into a hole. And the truth is that we go through the same cycle month after month after month. And some people are in a situation where the truth is that they can only pay off their interest. But
Mhm.
we want you to stop. We want you to stop so that you can help yourself. And so listen, we're calling you out. If you're the individual who's overspending on your credit cards, we want you to take a pause. Take a pause. Is it worth it? Is it rational? Or is it impulsive? Do you really need
Mhm.
it? Or do you just
Yeah.
want it? And so listen, we want to make sure that you are not working for your money, but your money is working for you.
Yes.
Okay? Because if you are able to indeed make the most out of your money, that means that you could put your money to use in ways that are not only beneficial for you, but it's also beneficial for the building up of God's kingdom here on this earth. And that's what we want you to do. We want to make sure that you use your money so that it could be a blessing to God. Because at the end of the day, everything that we do, whether it's eating, sleeping, breathing, no matter what
Mhm.
it is, everything that we do should somehow, some way give the glory to God. And if we're not balancing our finances, if we're not managing them well, hey, that's not really going to be a reflection of the glory of God. If anything, that's just going to be a reflection of the fact that we got problems and we got some things that we need to address. And so that's pretty much all we want for you. Elijah, any closing thoughts?
That's it. That's it. That's it. We want you to be ready when God calls your name,
We do.
for all the opportunities that He has,
We do.
and sometimes, man, we stop opportunities because of decisions we have made that God wants to give us, and it's only because of our of us spending unwisely,
Yeah.
that some doors don't open for us, man. So we hope that this encourages you, man. We hope that you listen to all the other episodes. Let us know what are some
Please.
other reasons that individuals stay in debt. And then, man, we'll have probably another episode, right, to talk about 5 ways to get out of debt. So that it's like a
Good
full
idea.
thought,
Good idea.
but we'll make sure that we do it when that episode comes out. You want to make sure you like, share, and are subscribed so that you'll get the notification when new episodes come on. Again, we're the Two Young Pastors podcast. My name's Elijah. This is Joanne. We love you guys. Thank you for being a part of our community, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Yes, sir.